Rich, Shemai, hello, welcome to the channel and welcome to Words on Wednesday. And for the first episode of Words on Wednesday, we are going to be doing the word Tincos. It's a Proto Celtic word, and Tincos means firm, solid, or thick. It is a first and second declension adjective. It has the masculine forms Tincos, the feminine form Tinca, the neuter form Tincon. And I have some examples of how to use this adjective here. We have sketos tincos, which means a firm shield. We have ulana tinca, which means thick wool. And we have isarnon tincon, which means solid iron. Tincos is derived from the Proto-Indo-European tenk, which means to thicken, to clot. It can just mean thick or firm. As far as I'm aware, there is no certain evidence of any derivatives in the modern Celtic languages. There are derivatives in Goidelic which are forms with suffixes, so tink plus a suffix, but as far as I'm aware, there's no factual derivatives in the modern Celtic languages. Now, there is possibilities. I believe it could be related to the Welsh word tin, could be, and Breton ten. I don't think it exists in modern Cornish community. Please let me know if it does. I believe it existed in Middle Cornish, but I know we have Breton 10 or 10 and Welsh tin. Sorry, my Breton pronunciation is not great, but it's not certain if this word tincos is related to the forms I've just mentioned or not. There is evidence that they are related to a root in tend, but I wouldn't rule this tincos out completely. I don't think there is really evidence to say for definite whether it is related to them forms or not. We do have quite a few attestations of tincos in quite a few Celtic languages. We have some personal names here. There's a lot of personal names that it's attested in, or possibly attested in, but I've just picked a few from the various Celtic languages that I could find it in. So the first one we have is British tincomaros. It's found in its Latinized spelling as tincomarus. I say it's British. It's the name of an Atrebates chieftain, or Rhys. He was the son of a Gaul, Comios, and the Atrebates actually are a tribe that existed in Britain and Gaul. It's unknown where they originated, but it's likely that his father was Gaulish, or possibly his grandfather was Gaulish. So I can't really say that his name Tincomaros is actually Brittonic. It could be Gaulish. It probably is Gaulish, but it's found on British coins. So I've used it as an example for Brittonic here. The next example we have is Tincorix, which is found in this attested form Tincorigis, which is actually the genitive of Tincorix. We have a Lapontic form which has been found on coin inscription, which reads Anatico. And if you notice that there is no n here, it's just the k, tico, or tico. And that is because consonant clusters in Lapontic, when they're written, if they contain a nasal, so the example like this with nk, or other examples like nt, we find often that the nasal isn't written, the n isn't written. So this isn't certainly an attestation, but I think that is very likely that it is. The next one we have is Noric Tincos, attested on a coin as Tinco. I couldn't find an example in Primitive Irish, and I couldn't find an example in Celt-Iberian. I'm sure that, well, I wouldn't be surprised if there was an attestation of it in either of them languages. Information on them languages is, you can gain information on it, but finding an abundance of information like put together nicely is really hard to find on Celt-Iberian especially. Lepontic is a really good resource called LexLep, a website. You should check it out. It's got everything you could ever want to know about Lepontic. It's got all the attestations, it's got everything, it's amazing. But there's not anything really like that for Celt-Iberian, at least. The Noric one, I normally wouldn't be able to find information on the Noric one, but I just by chance came across it. So we also have this attested in a Gaulish place name, Duro-Tinkion, and that was, I believe, once believed to be a deity name. It's obviously not a deity name. This eon at the end tells you that it's a place name, and the name Duro, which is fort, Tink, which is firm, solid, so Duro-Tinkion is the solid fort. There is also another attestation, which is in the Lazoo plate. I think it's the Lazoo plate. It's a Gaulish inscription, and it has the word Ech Tincon in it. Now, we are unsure what this Ech means at the start of it. It could be a negative prefix, so it's like unfirm, or it could be possibly an intensifier, so it makes it like very firm. We just don't know. But Tincos, yeah, firm, solid or thick, great word. I really wanted to pick this one because number one, it's attested. I really like picking attested words, and because it's not a word that you see often when you're researching Celtic. It's probably a word that not a lot of you have seen. Like I didn't want to pick something like epos or cartus or bereti. You see them words all the time. I'm sure I will do them words, and I'm sure I will do words that are unattested. I might even do one that is unattested next, that is reconstruction. So that is everything for Word on Wednesday. However, I do have some more upcoming stuff like this, like etymology. I do have some upcoming stuff about sound changes, about sound laws, which I'm really excited to share with you. And I'm excited because that's really where I want to take the channel, is to do with Celtic historical linguistics. I want to teach you about how Celtic have evolved from Proto-Indo-European down to the modern day Celtic languages. And yeah, so I started writing lots of material on that, and I'm excited to share it with you. I hope you are also excited. I did intend to release this video earlier. I've actually had to re-record it because I made a mistake. I was going to release it last night at 12 o'clock, and I had it set for that, but then about 11:30 I realised that I'd made a mistake. So I've redone the video tonight. I will do it earlier on Wednesdays most of the time. So yeah, thank you very much for taking an interest. Thank you very much for watching the channel. I hope you've enjoyed Word on Wednesday. If there's anything that you'd like to see from the channel. If there's anything else you'd like to see in Word on Wednesday, let me know. So diolch yn fawr, gyrraedd Mahagat, and thank you very much. Have a great day.